Hello everyone, and welcome to another Cartoon Galaxy rant. I'm Mars Moon, and I like to rant about cartoons. So, it seems as though more information is coming out about the Paramount and Warner Bros. Merger as we get, closer and closer to it, and it appears to be inevitable at this point. However, there might be some bad news down the road involving this merger and also involving the selling of a particular cartoon channel. I'm going to get more into this, but before I do, just a quick reminder to please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And as for those of you who have been supporting the channel and Cartoon Galaxy Rant, I just want to thank you guys. Without your support, this channel and Cartoon Galaxy Rant would be nothing without you guys. Also, if you're interested, I have a Patreon, so you're welcome to also support me there. I like to animate, and my channel does have animations created by myself. On my Patreon, I tend to put some behind-the-scenes stuff and anything really related to my work. Okay, back to the video. So, I've talked about this merger many times in the past. Just as a quick summary, originally Warner Brothers was going to merge with Netflix, but that didn't happen, and now they're merging with Paramount. And why they're having the merger? Well, it has to do with
money, this, money, that. Profit will make me wallet fat.
Warner Brothers Discovery, to my knowledge, has been dealing with debt. Usually when mergers like this happen too, it usually has to do with companies being in debt or struggling, so they try to fix the problem by merging together. Unless there are other reasons behind this merger that I'm missing, and you're more than welcome to share that in the comments if you know anything. Mergers are not exactly a great thing. Maybe for the businesses, they're okay. I guess they help salvage these companies for some time until they waste more money on stupid shit and then eventually, have to merge with another company again. But it's never really good for the consumers and the people that work under these companies, because what happens is, as companies like these keep merging and merging, they become more powerful and they become the main entity of whatever product they're producing, which in this case is entertainment. And in fact, within the US, this is actually against the law. It is creating a monopoly, and monopolies are a big no-no. But for some reason, our law and political system just decides to overlook these things and just lets it happen anyway. The only legal stuff that has been going on is apparently there was some kind of lawsuit against Paramount, I think in regards to this merger. But to my understanding, I think they won that legal battle, and because of it, the merger can continue on. So nothing is stopping this thing. There is nothing we could possibly do. It is just going to happen. But now, what does this have to do with what I mentioned earlier, which is about cartoon channels? Well, despite the fact that the US is very lenient on mergers and monopolies, apparently, even though our laws are not supposed to allow it, but they do anyway. In the EU, it's a whole other story. They see this merger and they see a problem. And one of the main problems is with cartoon channels. If Paramount was to merge with Warner Brothers, they would actually be making up a huge percentage of the cartoon channels that would make up the EU. And that would be a problem because, again, the main reason why monopolies are an issue in the first place is because it doesn't open up any room for competition between big companies, small companies, whatever. If Paramount and Warner Brothers are going through this merger, they're going to have a very hard time distributing their cartoon-related channels into the EU, and that would be a loss of money for them. So, with that being said, there is a lot of speculation that they are going to therefore get rid of a cartoon channel, because that is the only way that they would be able to continue doing what they do in the EU. And a lot of fingers are pointing to none other than Cartoon Network.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Why Cartoon Network, you may ask? Well, first off, we have a CEO running Warner Bros. Who has no appreciation for animation whatsoever. Has shown that clear as day the moment he stepped into his position with cancellations of animated shows and films and getting rid of cartoons on the HBO Max streaming service, and also I think cutting back on just animation in general within Warner Brothers. So yeah, this is a guy that has no appreciation for any of the animation cartoon stuff that is under his leadership. So already it makes it very clear that Cartoon Network is probably going to be, going to get hit, and we could thank probably Zaslav for that. But we could also thank Paramount too, because think about it. If Paramount had to choose between what kind of cartoon channels to get rid of, they own Nickelodeon. They don't own Cartoon Network. They're about to own Cartoon Network, but all this time, Nickelodeon was their baby. They're not going to get rid of their baby. The other thing, though, the Cartoon Network that they never really owned, was their competitor for some time. They could get rid of that. They probably wouldn't give a crap. So that's another thing. The other interesting thing is there have been signs that this could potentially happen. Now, in a prior video, I had talked about the odd fact that a lot of the new Warner Brothers shows, like the new Adventure Time show, Side Quests, the new regular show, Lost Tapes, The Amazing World of Gumball, a lot of them are not going to be on Cartoon Network or HBO Max. They are being displayed on Disney Plus, Hulu. The new Scooby-Doo anime is going to be on Tubi. And I had discussed how weird that is. And the reason I had said that this may be happening is because, Warner Brothers is trying to make some extra dosh by having Disney and Hulu pay for licensing to have these shows on their streaming service. And then, Tubi to pay for licensing to have the Scooby-Doo thing on their streaming service. And I still stand by that. They are making money off of it. But the one thing I overlooked was that it is also a possibility that maybe this could be happening because maybe these companies foresaw this EU issue at some point. Because, they have to be aware of the laws that go on when it comes to the industry across the world. They've been doing this business for years. They probably were aware of this with the EU. And I think we're learning it for the first time. They have been prepping for it. This is maybe why these cartoons are being distributed to different streaming services. And the funny thing is, and this is just a hunch I have, again, this is not fact. I am just giving a personal opinion here, but what are the chances that if Paramount and Warner Brothers sell Cartoon Network, that they are going to sell it to Disney? Because look at where a lot of the new shows are going. They're going to Disney Plus Hulu. And Disney, I wouldn't put it past Disney to be the purchaser because they are another monopoly that loves to just buy out as much as they can and have all sorts of crap stashed in their collection, which forces us, the consumers, to have to now be able to watch the things we want through them, which is a load of bull. So I hope that's not the case, but it's just, that was one of the things that always got to me, like, why are these shows going particularly on Disney Plus? Now, as for Scooby-Doo, that's on Tubi, but now I don't think Warner Brothers is gonna let go of Scooby-Doo. That's the thing. You know, if they sell Cartoon Network to Disney, and if they sell Cartoon Network, I assume they have to probably sell it with whatever entities are part of Cartoon Network. So I hate to say it, Gumball, Adventure Time, regular show, they might wind up becoming Disney properties. It may not just be licensing for streaming service down the road. But there might be other entities on Cartoon Network or that are affiliated with Cartoon Network that Warner Brothers is not going to let go of because they're still major cash cows to them. I mean, Scooby-Doo is a pretty big franchise. Everybody knows Scooby-Doo. Even young generations know Scooby-Doo. It's crazy. So they ain't going to let that go. So that's why the Scooby-Doo anime is not on Disney+. They put it on Tubi. They ain't letting that franchise go for crap. And also the live action is on Netflix. Notice that's not on Disney either, right? They ain't letting go of Scooby-Doo. So that's my thoughts on that. If Cartoon Network gets sold, which it may potentially get sold, unfortunately, and I have to add, I'm really bummed out about that because in a previous video, I had mentioned the hopes of Cartoon Network maybe being on Pluto TV, which is a free streaming service owned by Paramount. They have their Nickelodeon shows on there for free. I was hoping with the merger, the Cartoon Network shows would be there, but apparently if they're going to sell Cartoon Network, I don't think that's going to happen. I just can't catch a break. Oh well. Anyway, that's all I have to share. It's a real bummer, and I don't really know what else to say. But let me know what you guys think. As always, share away in the comments below. I'd like to know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Sorry to bum you out. Take care. Peace out.